Hello. How are you doing? Oh, that's nice. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. So at my school at the moment, we're doing this 15 Reasons to Live thing. Have you heard of it? It's pretty cool. So I've got my 15 reasons right here. So I'm going to tell you my top 5 15 reasons to live. Starting off with number 5. There are lots of people in life who try to find the easiest way of doing something, and then that's the way they're going to go. They're like, okay, alright, I can do this way, and it will get me there easily, so I shall do that. Not me. I like that idea that I can, try something new. It drives me to do my best being challenged. You get to prove yourself that you can do it, that you were able to accomplish whatever you challenged yourself, or whatever somebody challenged you, that you can do it. Number 4. What am I going to do for number 4? So number 4 is definitely baking. I am indeed a baker. I've got to use these muscles for something. So, lifting flour. That's pretty much as far as it goes. It started off just baking with those, those packs that you get from the supermarket, where it's like, ready-made cake. It's this powder, and then I don't know what you do with it. I can't remember actually. I think you mix milk, and then you just put it in a bowl, and it makes a cake. But baking just makes me happy. I just really enjoy it. There's nothing more like the feeling of baking, you just get this real great feel for doing something that you love, and that you belong doing that. There's not many things that give you that feeling that you belong doing that one thing. When you give people the food that you've made, and they really enjoy it, you see them enjoying it, they're laughing, they're smiling, choking. The feeling that you've made somebody else's day better is just a truly amazing feeling. Number 3. Now, my dad was born in England, London to be exact. My dad didn't live his whole childhood in London though. My dad lived in the Caribbean in this really small island called Dominica. Do you think I mean the Dominican Republic? You are wrong. I feel I should get a globe to show you guys. Turns out I don't have a globe anymore. So my dad had told me a few things about Dominica. Before we went a couple years ago. It is absolutely beautiful. It's mountainous. It's not a very sandy island though, to be honest. Like, if you're going to the Caribbean to swim and go to the beach, yeah, no. When you live somewhere for so long, you just take it for granted. You don't appreciate what you have. I live a happy life. But I feel the same couldn't be said if I grew up in Dominica. I don't know, it's just not the island for me, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that my dad grew up there, my grandparents, my aunties, all grew up on that island. It had so much history, and I was so happy to be able to go there and experience what it's like. And to see my granddad was just great. I have seen him before, in case you're wondering. So much of how my dad came to be who he is because of how he grew up, I guess, on that island. So I guess visiting the island made me appreciate my life more, and appreciate my dad more. Number 2. Drinking summer fruit squash. Do you know what summer fruit squash is? I don't think you do. So, in North America, squash is a vegetable? Is it a vegetable or a fruit? Yeah, it's a vegetable. It's this big, I want to say white vegetable. And in England, squash is a drink. Squash is delicious. Now, don't think it's like a drink made out of the vegetable. No, that's a bad mistake, because I don't think that would be very tasty. It's kind of like really concentrated juice. With squash, what you'd do is you'd fill it up, say, this far. It's got condensation. And then you'd fill the rest with water, and then you're just like, drinking my squash. Water's pretty refreshing, actually. But squash, it just goes down. You're just like, happiness in a drink. I think the thing about summer fruit squash for me is that I have so many great memories while drinking that drink that just makes me like it so much more. It reminds me of going to my grandparents' house because they always have some summer fruit squash in, and then I have it with dinners there, and I don't see them that often. It just reminds me of them and seeing them, and that's just a happy thing to think about. Last but not least, number 1. Meeting Martin Luther King III. Have you heard of him? No? Maybe you've heard of his dad, Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, probably. So we're at We Day in Vancouver, and me and a couple other students, actually 4 other students, from the group that we're in, got to get box seats. We got a free lunch. It was worth it for that. I've already seen Martin Luther King III speak, so he was already in my mind. I'm thinking, this is crazy, I just saw this guy speak. And then we have our lunch, and then we see this room, and it says something like VIPs only. So we got this little thing, We Day Honored Guest Suite. Necklace? What is it? What is this? So we walk in there, we see Craig Kielburger straight away, but seeing Martin Luther King III in there too just made it that much better. Racial equality is just a huge passion of mine, so to see the son of perhaps my favourite, biggest idol, hero, role model was the most special and important moment of my life. Is that too much to say? I don't know. So yeah, those are my top 15 reasons to live. Try it. Try and think. Come up with a list of 5, 10, 15 reasons that you have to live that make you feel amazingly happy. The reasons to live, they're finding things when you think, this is why I live. This is what I live for. This is something I love. Summer fruit squash. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching.